Hi. One topic that is so present at the moment that I witness in the collective energy, but also with concrete people, is the energy and the experience of loneliness. And this is very strong at the moment, like even not just, every day, let's say 3D people find themselves in a lot of loneliness, but also, spiritual people, awake people experience phases of loneliness at this point in time where they might be in actual situations where they might have moved and they're in lonely situations where they're completely alone, where they don't have new people yet, where they're not in a lot of contact with their old people, and it seems to be present a lot. And the topic with loneliness is that it can make people really suffer. Because to be on your own in itself is not a problem, and it's not something that you need to change, right? It's totally okay, and sometimes a breath of fresh air when you get some alone time, or when you get a lot of alone time. But loneliness has a connotation, an attachment of the sentiment or emotion, experience of pain and suffering. Like when somebody is lonely, means somebody is suffering. It's not just being alone or on their own. And so I want to address this pain point of suffering when we talk about being alone, because it can be extreme. Like loneliness can really be something people are struggling with and can cause an extreme extent of suffering for some people. And because it is so strong, I would like to share a perspective that might be supportive of you moving out of that suffering aspect of your current situation if you are alone. Okay, so open yourself up to hearing this, and if it causes resistance within you, what I'm going to say, and if it causes you to say, yes, but my situation is like this at the moment and there's no denying it, and so on and so forth, that's all legit, but it's not gonna get you from where you are right now to where you want to be, which means feeling less lonely or feeling more connected and happier and less in pain. So my suggestion now would be that you concentrate and you really look at what about this fact that I'm alone a lot of the time is actually causing pain. What about it? Like, why can the fact that somebody is alone be the most joyous fact for someone and the most painful fact for somebody? What is it? And it's not just the length of time that somebody spends time on their own. It is how you perceive it, and it comes down to the resistance you feel about the situation that you experience right now. You resist the fact that there is no other self right now, no other person, that there is no feeling of connectedness. You resist it, and this is what causes pain. Because somebody who doesn't resist it, who's perfectly fine with not seeing anyone for a week or two or a month or two or however long, they don't have that. They're in the same situation, but they don't have the pain a lonely person experiences. And so I would like to offer this perspective that this experience of loneliness comes from your resistance to the situation how it is right now. And so the solution that I would like to offer you when we have this perspective is instead of addressing all the practical steps you can take to not feeling lonely, you look at your resistance towards the situation, how it is right now, to you being alone, or even to you experiencing loneliness and pain and sadness and feeling lost. And you shifting that, which means you drop the resistance about your loneliness. You drop the resistance that you have in relation to this situation, which means from a soul level, you know the soul does never feel lonely because everything is energy, everything is connected, and you're universal. There is no separation from anything. There is no lack. So you notice how your smaller self, your identified self, your person, how this identified self experiences loneliness right now in human form. So what you do is simply you observe and you say, okay, this is what it feels like when a human being feels lonely. This is what it feels like when Giselle or Mary or Tom feels lonely. And you simply notice what this feels like, to feel lonely as a human being in this illusion that we can actually be lonely, right? Because it's only an illusion. And you can just be in it. Relax into this feeling and drop the resistance. Drop your expectation. It should be different. I don't want to feel this way. I hate this. I can't stand it. I want it to be different right now. Let that go and simply accept what you have created, which is the current situation that you experience. Everything you experience has already been created, so stop moaning about it. Now that's very flippantly said, but I want you to hear this. It has already been done. It's like the glass has already been knocked over, okay? And the milk is on the floor. So stop moaning about it. Clean it up. Notice that it's there and start cleaning it up, which means get your vibration on track again to how you want it to be, which means no broken glass on the floor, no milk on the floor, everything tidy, and you get a glass of water or something, or juice, right? That's what you want. You want to clean up your vibration. And you cannot do it by complaining and going on and looking at the broken glass of milk on the floor or the knocked over glass. Do you understand? It has already been created. So you can dwell on the fact that you don't like it, but that's not going to change it. And you dealing with the pain is something that you need to know for yourself you can deal with, as in the human can deal with this pain, but it is not necessary, because what you do is you uphold the pain by upholding your resistance to your current situation. So instead, accept what is today, right now. Okay, I'm alone right now. There are not many people there. I don't have many contacts, or I don't have any contacts. All I have is the internet on my phone, and I haven't met new people yet, and I have no idea how this is going to happen because of this pandemic, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's the situation. And then you go, right, that's my situation. No resistance. Interesting, this is what it feels like today. And then you can play with what you have already created also, which is the experience of connectedness, like the opposite of loneliness, the experience of interaction, of being in contact, of being in proximity, of being emotionally involved with someone, of living relationship in whatever way, shape or form, right? You have already created that also, especially by experiencing the contrast that you're experiencing right now, which is this loneliness, this alone time. And you might say, I've been feeling lonely for the past 5 years or 10 years. And you might even feel lonely amongst lots of people, right? This sense of loneliness. But this also means that you're holding on to the resistance of what is there. So once you drop the resistance, take it as it is and say, right, okay, this is what it feels like. This is my preference though. I am looking forward, and you're not going to say, I don't know how I'm going to meet someone. I don't know how I'm going to get in contact. I don't know how to shift this because now I have moved countries and I am there and there on my own. You don't have to ask yourself those questions. All you can do is prepare yourself, your mind, your cells, your energy field for what's coming next, which is your preferred next, which is, I'm looking forward to being in more contact again. I'm looking forward to connecting, to experience myself in connection again, in relationship again. I'm looking forward to all those interesting people I'm going to meet, those warm-hearted people. I'm looking forward to connect with my people back home again and see them more and share. And I am looking forward, but not in, oh, I can't wait, and I'm noticing the lack of that, but more like I'm excited. I'm excited, and this is what is awaiting, and I'm getting ready for it in preparation, because that's what you do. You prepare the new experience. But you cannot do it from the energy of lack and of being cut off from the vibration you want to experience. And you can use this not on the topic of loneliness alone, but of every topic that you have a resistance towards. Everything you experience right now, whatever it is that is causing you pain and suffering, is doing so because of your resistance. So check in with yourself and look at, where is my resistance? Why do I resist this so much? Why do I resist this experience so much? And then decide, I'm going to drop the resistance because I have no need to hold on to this experience any longer. I want to experience something that is more in alignment with me, with the joyful side, with the happy side, with the fulfilling side of life. I have no need to hold on to this any longer. So by dropping my resistance, I'm dropping the situation. By letting go of the resistance to how it is right now, in effect, what I'm doing is I move on from the situation how it is right now. Now, it might take some earth time to experience the new, but that's how it is being created. That's how it happens. Because you do not stop becoming, you do not stop being a creator by when you experience negative situations, like in our eyes, negative situations. You don't stop creating just because you have experienced loneliness for 5 years. That you say, this is just how it is, I cannot create anything else, this is what I keep creating, and this is the default now, and therefore I'm out of creator mode. That's just, I have to live with it. If that's your attitude, that's what you recreate and recreate second after second after second after second. You never stop being a creator. So if you experience a situation for a very long period of time, it is because you're doing something that is holding that experience there. Because we can never not create. And if you don't like what you experience, acknowledge what you create and how you do it. Stop running away from it. Stop blaming others. Stop blaming situations and the economy and other people and your job and whatever. Stop, because that is only keeping you in re-experiencing what you do not want to experience. As soon as you acknowledge, I'm somehow creating this. And you can even say, I have no idea how I do it. And I'm really, really stupid that I keep doing this because I really don't like it. But okay, I acknowledge it. What is it? What does it want to teach me? What can I learn from this so that I grow out of it into what I want to experience more? Like grow up, grow out of it, move out of it. And by becoming the new, the next version of you, like the more grown up version, because you have grown from the situation and from your realizations, what's coming towards you is a match of that more mature you, wiser you, happier you, and this is going to create new experiences, more wanted experience, and from that you move on to the next level. And whenever there is something that is in your experience where you go, oh my God, no idea how I created this, no idea why I created this, but first I acknowledge that I did and I experience it. And there's nothing wrong with experiencing BS every now and then, right? It's okay, because this is the world we live in. So even if it's something that you would say is totally poxy and you definitely don't want to experience, so what? Experience it and learn from it and grow out of it. Literally, grow out of it, like from it, because it is there, and then moving on from it, growing out of it. That's a treasure. Every experience we have can be a treasure if we acknowledge that, if we use it, and if we stop resisting and stop telling ourselves that we've done something wrong, or that somehow life is going wrong, or something is going wrong, because we're experiencing something we don't want to. Nothing is wrong. It is all in divine order. It is all fine, as long as you drop the resistance to how it is, because then you're in this it's fine mode. It doesn't mean you want to stay there. It means, right, I acknowledge this is there, what's there now, and I'm moving on from it. I hope that this is helpful. And I'm going to love you and leave you for today. And we'll talk again next time.